As Congress debates the Pacific Trade Pact, we'd like to tell you what's in it. We like to, but we don't know exactly what it is. And neither do about 62 other senators who voted today to end the debate on the pact, where the details have, according to critics, been kept secret. The alarm is actually coming from both sides of the political aisle, but our next guest thinks the transparency complaint is really about wanting to kill the overall deal. Diana Furchtgott Roth is a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute, a conservative market policy think tank, who joins us here on Arise Xchange. Diane, welcome to Arise Xchange. Diana.
It's great to be with you.
All right, so we have been hearing this criticism, both sides of the aisle. You have on the left, Elizabeth Warren. We have on the right, Rand Paul, that we don't know what's in the trade deal. We shouldn't be voting on it. But you say that's really much to do about nothing.
It really is. I mean, the big question is who are going to be the winners, who are going to be the losers, and how are we going to compensate the losers with trade adjustment assistance and other kinds of programs. Given that a deal is in a constant state of negotiation, it's very difficult during a negotiation for there to be transparency. There are other fundamental problems with these trade agreements that I think are more important to both sides. How are countries going to open up to our exports? How is intellectual property going to be protected, especially in countries such as China that are not known for their intellectual property protections? These are more fundamental questions.
So, Diana, though, then should Congress be fast-tracking it? Okay, we can't show you what's in it now. We're negotiating it. We don't know what's going to be in it now as a point the administration could take. But then why don't we wait until we actually have a negotiated deal and then put it in front of the Congress?
Well, because then Congress will read it and Congress will give it an up or down vote. I mean, Congress can always vote it down. If they don't like what's in it after it's been negotiated, they can vote it down. And I'm sure that senior members of the committees are going to be in communication with the White House as to what they will accept and what they won't accept. It doesn't mean that the agreement has to be all over the New York Times or the Washington Post or the Wall Street Journal.
Was this criticism labeled when we negotiated NAFTA, for example, the last major trade deal that we did?
It really wasn't. I mean, more the criticism then was, would American workers be deprived of their jobs? And that is generally the main criticism that the left and some people on the right make of these agreements. Basically, are American workers going to lose their jobs?
Yeah, and some labor...
because of unfair competition.
Right. And the president has gone a long way in saying this is actually going to create jobs. He, of course, has been doing tours with major large corporations, Nike, for example. Do you think the president is successfully selling that in this case?
Well, I think, as you say, it's a matter of selling it. Some people are probably going to lose their jobs. Other people are going to gain their jobs. Overall, there will be more jobs gained than lost because free trade agreements cause more economic growth, and that's more jobs. But I don't think anyone should pretend that no one will lose their job.
And Diana, do you think the president is being coy? What's in it? Because there's a story out today that labor leaders in the steel industry believe they're being sold out here. They're afraid that there's going to be massive dumping of steel by foreign countries. And do you think the president is basically not being entirely transparent because his base is going to vote against it?
That's precisely it. I couldn't have said it better myself. And it's not just steel union leaders. Other union leaders are also concerned. They have seen a steady decline in their union membership. And we can see already that in terms of Detroit auto workers and foreign auto workers in the South with BMW and Honda and Nissan, the foreign transplants are far more efficient. So labor leaders already think that they have something to lose.
And Diana, is it accurate to say that to some extent this is really about China, that China is negotiating its own deals and the administration is under pressure here to get one with its Chinese neighbors?
I'm not sure if perhaps the focus is more on China than other countries, but this would open up many, many countries also to our exports. And China is, of course, one of the largest economies, but we should also be concerned about other countries, too. And also they will benefit in terms of economic development from being able to import to us. And that's very positive as we show we're a leader on the world stage and we want to help these other countries grow.
Diana Furchtgott Roth from the Manhattan Institute, thank you for your time today.
It's great to be with you. Thanks so much for having me on.
Coming up, Takata in a pickle. What cars are being recalled? Who will make money replacing faulty airbags? And has the U.S. government stepped up after the GM fiasco? Questions and some answers when we come back here on Arise Xchange.